Hi, welcome to your favorite channel, What the Bible Says with Ngozi Atiti. My name still remains Ngozi Atiti, and today I want to start today's discussion with a question. And that question is, have you ever been rejected? Have you suffered rejection in any way? Okay, so this message, if your answer is yes, so today's message is for you and I. If you have ever experienced rejection and you felt bad, I want to tell you today, stop feeling bad, because that rejection is actually a redirection. You are rejected to be redirected. Now, why do I say that? Follow me to the book of Mark chapter 6. Let's read from verse 1 to 6. Now, I'll read from here quickly. It says, "Then he went out from there and came to his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath had come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, 'Where did this man get these things? And what wisdom is this which is given to him, that such mighty works are performed by his hands? Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and brother James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon? And are not all his sisters here with us?' So they were offended at him. But Jesus said to them, 'A prophet is not without honor except in his own country, among his own relatives, and in his own house.' Now he could do no work there, except that he laid his hands on few sick people and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. Then he went about the villages in a circuit teaching." You see, so in this, just as we read, Jesus was rejected by his own very people. Those who knew his foundation, those who knew where he came from, those who knew his story, his family history, and everything. They are the ones that actually rejected him. He was teaching and they were like, "Who is this? Where did he get all this wisdom? When did this one grow up to become a teacher? When did this one grow up to become a content creator, a celebrity, or something like that? When this one of yesterday, I know the father, I know the mother, are these not his siblings or her siblings?" You see, they were relegating him. They did not add value to his present personality. They were looking down on him. They were using some condescending statements on him. And you know what? That was when Jesus now said, "A prophet is without honor in his hometown." A prophet is never valued in his hometown. Now, I want to tell you something, and you know why? An apple tree does not fall far from its tree. Those who reject you, those who relegate you, those who use condescending words at you, those who mock you, those who laugh at you, they know you too well. They are the ones who know your parents, your life history. They know where you come from. They know your country. They know how you started. They have a little bit of your history and your story. That is why they relegate you. And the same thing happened to Jesus. So if you're feeling bad, if you have ever been rejected before and you're feeling bad, my brother, my sister, don't feel any bad anymore. That rejection is actually a redirection. Now, you might ask, "Ngozi, why do you say this? Why do you think it's a redirection?" Now, forget to realize that you are different. They might know your father and your mother. They might know your background. They might know a little bit of your history, but they do not know about the story of your destiny. They might know a little bit of how you started and things, some of your challenges and some of your wins and your losses. But one thing they fail to understand is that you are chosen for a reason. You are a rare creature. You're a peculiar person. You know that you're wonderfully and beautifully made. You are set out for a mission. That's one thing they feel. Some of those people that relegate and some of those people that reject you because they know where you're coming from, that's what they fail to realize. And that's what the people of Nazareth, where Jesus came from, that is what they fail to realize. He did not let that to break him down. He did not let that to make him feel any less of a human being. Now he continued doing, and because they did not accept him, because they did not believe who he was and the mission and the ministry he's all about, so he didn't do much. Of course, we do not thrive much in a negative environment. It's natural. Where you are, where in an environment where people don't show you love, or where people talk negative things about you, you might not really bring out your best. Some of you that have experienced rejection, you can bear me witness. You can testify to that. You won't bring out your very best. You will just like hold back because you are still trying to, understand the environment. You're still trying to like, see if you can continue in that kind of a toxic environment or not. So that was what happened to Jesus. He didn't do much of his miracles. They didn't even experience his, the blessing that was embedded in him as the savior of the world. But you know what? He did not stop there. So he continued. You can read it. John chapter 4 from verse 4 to verse 39. So while Jesus was having this back and forth dialogue with this woman from Samaria, by the side of the well, and finally Christ was asking her to give him some water. And verse 39, I want us to focus on verse 39. Try to read it up. Down to verse 39, you get a hand of the discussion that went between Jesus Christ and the woman of Samaria. Read from verse 34. Now Jesus said to them, I am fed by doing the will of the one who sent me, by completing his work. And he made this statement when his disciples went out to get him some food because they felt Christ was hungry, because they've been journeying for a long distance before they came to Samaria. And when they brought him food, he was like, he doesn't want to eat the food anymore. And they were like bothered, like, hey, we know we've been journeying together, you must be hungry. And then he responded, Jesus said to them, I am fed by doing the will of the one who sent me and by completing his work. That's another thing. Even though you might be rejected, even though you might be relegated, people will bully you, you will face all kind of negativity from people around, even from people you expect to show you love, and you might be expecting this kind of toxic and negative reactions from them. Still focus. Don't let them break you down. Don't let those things to get you distracted. If you know what you are doing, if you know what you're doing is right, and you are well coordinated, you've done all your plan, you might not be accepted at this time, but focus and continue what you're doing. And that's now verse 39. Many Samaritans in that city believed in Jesus because of the woman's word when she testified. Now, this verse 39, by the time you read, you understand why the statement in verse 39 came. Now, while Jesus was having that dialogue with the woman of Samaria at the well side, Jesus now revealed a lot of things to the woman. He now told her some mysteries. And then the woman now believes. She now realized that the person she has been having this dialogue with at the pools, at the well side, was not just an ordinary human being. Just imagine, for somebody to tell you the secrets of your life, the story of your life, your background, your past, even things that you have not shared with anybody, and somebody was telling you word to word, sentence to sentence, paragraph to paragraph. The woman she now ran and went to the city and told them that, hey, I've seen a man that has told me everything about my life, a man that has revealed all the secrets of my life. Hey, you guys come join me and see this kind of man. I have never seen a human being. She started testifying. She started sharing the good news, sharing the experience that she has had with Christ while discussing with him at the well side. Then other Samaritans now came. Then I said, many Samaritans in that city, they not believed in Jesus because of the woman's word when she testified, because of the testimony of the woman. He told me everything I've ever done. That is the woman now telling his people, testifying that this man told me everything that I have done in my life. He literally told me my life history. That's the woman telling the people of the Samaritans. So when the Samaritans came to Jesus, they asked him to stay with them. That's the point. In Nazareth, Jesus was rejected, but in Samaria, they welcomed him. They not said, please come, stay with us. And that is what I want to tell you today. You might be rejected, but hello, your rejection is a redirection. There is a Samaria for you. There is a place where you will be loved. There is a place where you will be celebrated. There is a place where people will say, please stay, we need you. There is a place where every little thing you do or say will be celebrated, will be loved, will be appreciated. You might not be appreciated now, but please don't lose focus of your life. Don't lose focus of what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head strong. Keep your head perpendicular to your shoulder. focus. Don't be distracted. There is always a Samaria for you. There is a place where you will be accepted, where you will be loved, where you will be begged to stay, where your relationship will be valued, where even when you say, I am coming to your house, in fact there will be a banquet made ready for you. There is always a place of love for you. He did not lose focus of himself. Rather, his footsteps were redirected to Samaria, where he was accepted, where he was honored, where he was loved, where he was begged to stay. The Bible said the people, they begged him to stay for 2 more days. They wanted his relationship. They wanted to see his presence. They valued him. They respected him. They honored the words that came from him. And that is the same thing I'm telling you. Do not lose focus. There is your Samaria. You might be rejected in Nazareth, but hello, there is a Samaria waiting for you. Just pray God will order your footsteps to your Samaria, where you'll be asked and where you'll be begged. But before you will be celebrated, first of all, you have to love yourself and you have to appreciate who you are. You don't have to don't belittle yourself. That you were rejected in Nazareth is not for you. It's not enough for you to think that you are small, or to think very low of yourself, or to move around with a low self-esteem. No, it might not be your place. Yeah, it might not be your place. Maybe your Samaria is yet to come. And all you need to do is to ask God in prayer that where is my Samaria? Where my relationship will be asked for. Where I will be celebrated. Where people will beg for me to stay with them, to commune with them, to have a conversation with them. Where every little effort I put will be appreciated and will be celebrated. Maybe that place is yet to come for you. Now remember, as the Samaritan woman asked, why do you, a Jewish man, ask for something to drink from me, a Samaritan woman? Now, the reason why the woman asked that kind of a question is because Jews and Samaritans, they don't associate with each other. So she was kind of surprised, as in, why are you asking this from me? You know too well that the Jews and the Samaritans, we don't relate. So that was why. Then Jesus now responded, now listen, if you recognize God's gift and who is saying this to you, give me some water to drink, you will be asking him and he would give you living water. Jesus held himself at a very high esteem. It's not like bragging, it's not like being proud, but it's like appreciating who you are. And first of all, you have to celebrate yourself before people will celebrate you. Jesus said, if you know who is asking you for water, hey, the water that I give, you will never test. I am the living water myself. So that I'm even asking you for water is a privilege. If you really know the gift of God that is embedded in me, you will run and give me that water kneeling down. That kind of, this is me now putting it in my own words. You understand? So before you will be celebrated, first of all, hold your head high. Know what you are made of. Appreciate yourself as a human being. Love yourself as a being. Then before people will love you and celebrate his hands. If God himself that created you and I said he engraved you, he engraved your image and my image in the palm of his hand, so that every single second of the day he's keeping an eye over you and I. Who is that one that will come and reject you and you put your head low? No, brother, no, sister, put your head high. In Samaria, when your Samaria comes, when you walk into your Samaria, you will be celebrated. Your rejection is a redirection. So I'm going to stop this video today, and until I see you in another video, hold your head high, love yourself. Just remember these words from me, Ngozi Atiti, that your rejection is for a redirection. Thank you and God bless you. Shalom. Bye-bye.